Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Sir Meerkat, and welcome back to the MotoMeerkat channel. Now today, you join me back on the MotoMeerkat channel again, obviously, for the 5th round of the MotoMeerkat World Series. I'm so excited. That music that I play at the start, F1 2006, if you don't know, God, that gets me so hyped. Takes me right back to the childhood. I love that stuff. But, boys, I'm so excited for this 5th round. The championship is hotting up more and more and more at every race, so you're in for a good one today. But yeah, so today, as I said, they're at Silverstone, the home of British racing, the home of the British Grand Prix, which obviously we're going to have quite a bit of Silverstone over the next few weeks, aren't we? We've got obviously the MotoMeerkat World Series at Silverstone today. Then we have the first British Grand Prix next weekend, and then another one the weekend after. So we're going to be all British Grand Prix out by the end of it. But it should be good fun, and this will sort of give you a nice little taster in the GT3s today before we work up to the proper big boys in the Formula 1 next week and the week after. Now today, slightly difficult weather, not nearly as bad as it was at the Red Bull Ring last week, which was a great race if you haven't seen yet. The highlights are on the channel, courtesy edit of JWF1. Thank you very much, mate. So today it's going to be slightly overcast for the practice and the qualifying, and then it will be the same for the start of the race, moving into sort of a light rain period. So it's going to be difficult, and it'll be interesting to see the drivers' sort of tactics and what they do with tyres when they pit, depending on when that rain is coming, and what exactly happens. So it should be good fun. Then also, I've got to say, we've had quite a few drivers that have not been able to race today. So I believe it's 4. Yeah, so we've got 4 different drivers that have taken up seats today. So, Sear Washington 7 has left the series completely now. He wasn't sure last week whether he was just leaving temporarily or fully, but now he has decided that he is. So we've got Karem 47 taking his seat in the Ginetta G55. He's in the number 56 Selmter Systems orange car. So look out for the orange car there. I've just noticed we had 16 when we joined, now we have 12. So that's not great. If boys in the pits can invite, and now we've got 11. Brilliant. That's fantastic. Hopefully people can get others in before the race starts. Project Cars 2 is so... Oh, we've got 10. What a... Oh, I'm going to have to ignore it. Hopefully the boys can get people in. Right, then we've got McGuinness couldn't race today, so he's visiting his grandparents. So hopefully they're all alright. But he said he'd still support and be in the stream. So hello, Arthur, if you're there. Welcome to the stream, mate. Sad you can't race today. But we've got Gaming Gamer, who has taken his place for today. He's in the number 30 Rotmeg Racing white Porsche 911, which is, as we know, quite a quick car. So it'll be interesting to see how he does. I haven't seen him race on Project Cars 2, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. And Kerem in the Jetta before, I know he's pretty quick. I've raced against him before, so should be good there. Then we've got Arctic, obviously JWF1 YouTube channel. He can't attend to today's race because he's playing a spot of cricket, I believe. So hopefully he wins his match. But we've got King Lang, who you may know as The Racing Club on YouTube, who's in the lobby for today. So it should be good to see him. He's obviously in the Bentley of JWF1. He's in the number 88 Silver Absolute Racing Bentley. So again, someone else I haven't seen race before. So be interested to see how he does on the timesheets there. And then finally, GSR Raptor couldn't attend today's race. It didn't give me a reason, just couldn't do it. So as I've just watched Gaming Gamer has already crashed. You guys, we'll move on to the practice in a second. They've only just started, but it'll be good to see them. GSR Raptor couldn't race today. So we've got PFC JTJ, who was in the last race at the Red Bull Ring, or as I like to call him, KFC. So we've got KFC in the lobby again today. He's in the BMW Z4 this time. He was in the Audi last time, but that's being taken up by Sam Malicious today in his usual spot. So he's in the Z4. He didn't have the best of races in the Audi last week at Red Bull Ring. Hopefully he can get a little bit better today. Not in the pouring rain today, so hopefully he can get a better feel for the car and join in with the action with the boys. He's in the number 23 KN Team Blue. The KN Team Blue car for today. So we're going to jump into the practice now and go through the runners. There's only 10 people in the lobby, so let's hope that can change. That can change very soon. But yeah, let's jump over into the action now. There we are. You may be able to see at the bottom, we have the logo for the MotoMeerkat World Series now there. I thought that looked pretty sexy. A cheeky little logo there. So hopefully that's a nice little addition for your eyes on screen. And I'm going to need to jump into the chat on Instagram and ask people to invite each other. People are saying they need an invite. I cannot invite, sir. Oh dear. Right, we'll get this sorted. As you can see, we've got Gaming Gamer going around currently. See what he can do on the timesheets. No one racking up times quite yet. So we'll try and get some more people filtering in slowly. If the boys that are listening to this, can we get PFC JTJ back in the lobby? I'm not sure he's in the chat. And yeah, we're going to see some people. Sorry, my goodness, it's been so tough. Right, we've got 14 out of the 15 runners back in now. I think it is just PFC that needs an invite. Oh no, he's in here. There we are. I can see him at the top. There we go. No problem. Who is it that needs an invite then? We'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure. Is it King? Is it King Lang? Yeah, it's King Lang. Let's get him in. Hopefully, yeah, we can get all 15 runners in here before it actually starts going. Right, oh my goodness. Well, that was a difficult start. I've never had that many disconnects on entry to the lobby. My goodness. Let's get this sort of set up now. Right, we want the speeder on. We want the map on. We want to be trackside. We've got Sam Malicious in here now. Cycle through the tabs. There we are. Right. So, we've got Kerem 47. Oh, he's in the pits. We'll move forward to Southless. Oh, it's okay. It says Rundle's disconnected, but we still got him in... Oh, I don't know. The whole thing is just completely random on Project Cars 2. It's so ludicrous that this game is an actual fully fledged game. But the thing is, I would have loved for Project Cars 3 to be very similar and sort of just be this game but a bit better, like sort of ironing out all the patches. But it's just completely different. It's just an arcade game. It's crap. It looks rubbish. No one is going to buy that. So frustrating. So frustrating. There we are. I can see some of you boys in the live chat. So if you can hear me, get King Lang in the lobby, please, because we want to get as many people as possible. We've got 18 people watching right now. Thank you very much. Sorry about my my lack of speaking at the start of the session today. Trying to get people in and people sorted is very difficult. Especially when if this is the first time watching, basically in the view that you are looking at currently is what I can see. I can't invite people to the lobby from this screen. So it's really frustrating. Then when people leave, I have to sort of hope that the other racers are nice enough to invite them back. Super frustrating. But yeah, we'll have a quick look through the lobby. Hopefully we can get King Lang in. We've only got about 8 minutes left, so he's gonna have to get in soon. We'll have a look at the live chat first. Who's in here? We got loads of people saying hello. How are we all doing today, boys? Thank you all so much for supporting the channel, of course. We had, I wanted to talk about my most recent video about how F1 qualifying has changed. Yes, boys, I love you so much, whoever has just invited King Lang. Absolute legend. Right, we've got all 15 runners in the lobby now. So gassed, mate. I'm so gassed for this race. Yeah, so, a video that went out last night about F1 qualifying. If you haven't seen it already, make sure you go and give it a watch, but it is banging views. I reckon at some point during this stream, it's going to clock over 1,000 views, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. As the BMW Z4 spinned it there. I believe that's PFC. Cheeky little bin onto the straight there. We'll move on to another runner. We've got Toddy Games who's running well just behind the Porsche. Who's saying here then? Hello, hello. JSaw says hello. Andrea, hello. Welcome, buddy. Dark Faust is here as well. Yes, lad. You haven't missed a stream. We got him. We got him in. If people want to be mods of the stream, they can happily be. Just let me know. Rundy, yeah, loading glitch, yeah, I think Project Cars 2 is just crap, isn't it? It does that sometimes, but we got it sorted. Hopefully no one gets kicked between the sort of end of practice, qualifying and race. That would be very frustrating. Arthur League Racing, can I be stream mod? No, Arthur, I block you from being stream mod. You will abuse your powers, I know you will. So not allowed, Arthur. Thank you very much. GSR silent, big sad. I know, mate, sorry, I was trying to get you in earlier, but you were too late to reply, I'm afraid. Someone else grabbed your seat. Ben as well. Pog, yes, mate. Pog has streamed as always. Michael as well, so close to racing. I know, I'm sorry, but I'm so sorry. Arsenal said he wasn't going to race, and then he came back saying he was going to race, and it was all a bit higgledy-piggledy. But I'm sorry, I got it sorted in the end, and we got stuff done. So, Finn Houlihan's in there as well. Hello, Finn, mate. How are you? I saw you recently followed me on Instagram, so thank you for that, mate. I did notice. I spotted because I'd seen you in the streams, and now I spotted you on Instagram, so thank you very much for that, mate. Big boy gamer time. Sam is defo going to mess up this race. I'm calling it. I'm probably Southless. I'm assuming you're their friend. Otherwise, you're just a really mean person. I mean, he probably will. Sam, I think, has got 1 point, and he's done like three of the 4 races so far. So come on, Sam. We want you to pick it up this race, and we're wanting the points for you. Sam is my teammate in another GT3 league in the Lamborghini, and he's pretty decent. So in the better Audi car, I don't know how he's doing so badly. So come on, bro. We need that. We need that. Arthur, what? No, bruh. Maybe in the future, Arthur, I'll let you be the stream mod. Maybe in the future. Let's have a look through the field. We got oh wow! Holy moly! Gaming Gamer in the Porsche, a 2:03.9, 2 seconds up on the rest of them. Oh dear! I've just seen we've lost 2 people. Oh no! Sam and CJ Pants have just been disconnected. So if Kerem or PFC who are in the pits and Arsenal allow, if we can get some invites going again, that would be much appreciated. Leslie Fari OMG says hello in the chat. Hello, welcome to the stream. I feel like there's a lot more new people in there now. We had about 40 new subs from this new video that I put out yesterday, so that's fantastic. If you are new from that video, then welcome, welcome, welcome. MotoMeerkat World Series, I'll quickly talk about why are the cars black? They definitely shouldn't be that colour. Okay, F1 reviews isn't, so there we are. Right. Let's have a look. I will just quickly explain what's going on. So we're currently in a 15-minute practice session where we've got the drivers just having a little go around, testing up the track, testing their setups, seeing how quick they can go. Then, oh my goodness, Gaming Gamer's on a 2:02.5. Bloody hell. Right, okay. Right, let's, wow, that's amazing. I'm quite impressed by that. Yeah, so we've got a 15-minute practice session at the moment. Then afterwards we've got a 15-minute race. Sorry, a 15-minute qualifying session. Then we move on to a 40-minute race. As I'm not sure why people are why people are ghosting. Hopefully that doesn't happen in the race, because that would be very frustrating. I'm not sure why people are ghosting. I made sure to turn it to off so that ghosting wasn't allowed. So who knows? Hopefully this all works. If ghosting continues, then I guess we'll have to make a new session. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we're all good. Yes, Dark Faust, we've got more people joining the stream. Yes, lad. Rundy said the vibrations have unscrewed my wheel from its mount. Oh dear, oh dear. Hopefully that gets better for you, Rundy. But yeah, we got F1 reviews has gone in the pits now. We'll switch over to Divan Lure. Hopefully, if any of the boys that are in the lobby currently can let me know whether there's issues with ghosting at all. Yeah, we've got time sort of trickling in now. Still about half the field who haven't set a time. We need to get GSR CJ Pants in as well. And then we'll have the full run of the grid. 3 minutes of practice to go. Time's trickling in. We've got sort of a standard set of times. 2 of the newbies actually at the top currently. Gaming Gamer obviously with an insanely quick time there. And then Kerem 47 in that Ginetta, doing a 2:05.6. So just a little bit quicker than Divan Low in third. But the new boys doing very well. Doing very well for themselves today. I'm just going to chill out on this problem. I'm just going to enjoy myself in the stream. If we get into the race and people are ghosting, then how can they set up a game where you can ghost in a race? That would be ridiculous, but hopefully it's fine. Although, being Project Cars 2, I would not put it past them. This game is just blows your mind sometimes for the things that happen. But no, we're good. We're going to chill out. I get a little bit nervous that things are going wrong because I've had so many mess ups in this streaming series so far. But hopefully it will still be good. Finn Houlihan, is it possible to still get involved with the series? Yes, mate. As I said, we've got 4 new people for this race because people have had to drop out. We have people dropping out every race, people having other plans and whatnot. So if Finn, or anyone else that's watching, if you want to get involved, just drop me a message on Instagram or Twitter, drop me a cheeky DM with your gamer tag and whatnot, telling me you want to be in the series, and I'm sure we can get you involved sometime in future. How it works is if someone drops out, I just send a message to all of the reserves, and whoever's the lucky one that replies first gets the seat, basically. That's the only really fair way of doing it. So yeah, that's how we get it sorted. But as I said, only about a minute and a half left in this session now. Oh my goodness. We'll have a quick look through the drivers. As I said, Gaming Gamer out in the Porsche, one of the newbies. Then we've got Todd E Games, who's doing alright in the championship. I believe he's, let me get it up on my computer. He is currently in 3rd place in the championship with 33 points. So doing very well. If he can keep that sort of pace at this track, that'd be fantastic. Then we've got Kerem 47, another one of the newbies in 3rd place. Then Divan Lur, who's in 9th place in the championship currently. Then F1 Reviews, who's in the pits at the moment. He's down in 7th place in the championship. Then we got YTB Ferrari in the box that is the Cadillac, doing an interesting line through there. I think you might get a penalty for that, mate. Watch out for the other cars as well. Jesus. He's down in 11th in the championship. Then we got Southless in the Aston Martin. He's in 6th in the championship. Then we got WRL Leclerc. He's in 2nd in the championship, only 3 points off the leader. Then we got Arsenal FC, who is 14th in the championship. Then we got KFC, who is down in 16th in the championship, only doing one race and not scoring any points last time. Then we got Sam, who's down in 15th in the championship with a sole singular point. Then we got King Lang, his first race as well in that Bentley. Look at that livery, that is beautiful. I do quite like that livery. And we've also got Rundle, who is, I believe, pretty high. Yeah, he's 4th in the championship, so doing very, very well. Interesting to see how he does. I believe someone else set a quicker time. They did indeed. It was Jack, who is currently leading the championship. Done a 2:05 there, so a pretty decent time. He's leading the championship on 45 points. Took the win out of the Red Bull Ring last time and made it so that we have had 4 different winners from the first 4 races. Incredible. I would highly advise go back on the channel and watch my old highlights from those races. They are bloody brilliant. But could we see today at Silverstone, could we see 5 different winners from the first 5 races of the championship? That'd be incredible. Almost halfway through the championship where we've had all different winners. This championship is mental and you're going to want to stick around for the ride today, chaps, as the practice session is over. We've finished. The boys are just going to quickly trickle around. About a minute, 2 minutes to go of trickling around, finishing laps. Now this lap is very, very difficult, especially for qualifying. We're going to see a lot more difference in times today because the lap is so long. A 2:05 lap. It's looking like around 2:03, 2:02 for the proper quick boys, but around 2:5, 2:6 for the normal chaps. About where I would be, I believe. So super quick lap. It means if you there's more opportunity to make mistakes, and when you make those mistakes, you eke out more and more and more time to your rivals. So it's a very, very difficult one. But there we are, end of the practice session. We'll see the boys trickle around, and we've got 14 out of the 15 in. I've just noticed, so I'm not sure who hasn't been able to make it in here. Hopefully we can get another invite for whoever that is at the end of this session / start of qualifying. But always frustrating with these glitches in this damn game. It's a great game and it's great fun for racing, but God, it can be frustrating. It can be so frustrating. But there we are, just looking through the boys. I think almost everyone has come through. Looking like I just believe Toddy Games is our last man to come through. Getting a last little bit of practice in before we move on to qualifying. So it should be fantastic. Connor Wilson, how many rounds are left in the series? So we've got 10 rounds overall. This is round 5. So after this, we've got 5 more rounds. So after this one, we're going to be halfway through the championship. And there we are. Practice session is indeed over. And we've got some interesting differences in times there. Some boys doing very, very well. And a lovely difference in nationalities, actually. It's quite good to see. A nice little array. Obviously, mainly British. We've got to be representing the British boys, mainly. But get the speedo up, get the map up, and then we'll switch back over to the boys. Who's going to get out first in the session as we move on to qualifying? Michael Inns, if someone isn't racing next week, can I have a spot? Mate, I will, as I said, the only fair way to do it is to invite all of the reserves, and whoever replies first will get the seat. So if you're able to reply first, then you'll get it, mate. But Daniel Radford says, hashtag Sam is shit. Let's get that trending on Twitter. Hashtag Samalicious is shit. Nah, he's good. He's good. We love him. We love Sam. We know he's a pacey boy. He just hasn't been able to get it together in the races. But there we go. We've actually got Sam out as an interesting call up there from him. And we've got Sam being quickly followed by his good old friend Southless just behind in the Aston Martin. Lovely to see them. Still only 14 in here. And I believe, yeah, it is CJ Pants who is not in here, I believe. So if you can get a cheeky little invite for CJ Pants in the chat. Yeah, it's just put me in the lobby screen where I can see everyone and all the rules. Ah, that's odd. I think, mate, I think CJ, when you have to rejoin, you go into that lobby and then you have to rejoin yourself. You have to click join again at the bottom of the screen. In case you didn't know that, I hope you're not that thick. Because, mate, try that if you haven't. If you have already and it's not showing up, then completely fair play. But otherwise, get yourself in as fast as possible and click that join button. Because we want to see you qualify, and we know you're quick. You've been doing very well recently, so we want to see you in here. But all the boys going out now for the 15-minute qualifying session for today's race. I'm so excited. These races always turn up. There we are. He's in. No way, CJ. Was that because you hadn't pressed the join button? Oh, mate. That is incredible. Well, at least you're in here, and I'm hoping because you got in at the start of the qualifying, I think you're going to be fine to start like actually qualifying and actually setting times. So I think we should be good. I think we should be all right. But here we are, 22 viewers as well, boys. Come on, if you're sat here, you're watching the stream, be sure to drop a cheeky little like on it as well if you've forgotten to, because I hope you're enjoying yourself. I really hope you're enjoying yourself. And obviously going to be loads more streams in the future, loads more open lobbies as well. So be sure to interact with me on social media. Drop all my accounts to follow, at MotoMeerkat on Instagram and at Moto_Meerkat on Twitter, to get yourself involved, mate. Get involved with the channel. It's great fun. It's top quality banter, and you're going to really enjoy yourself. So let's get into this qualifying session. Cheeky sip of water for the parched throat. But yeah, I believe everyone's chilling. Everyone's having a good time. Thank you, boys. 2 extra likes from me asking. I really appreciate that. Getting there, Sam, says Dark Faust. We got a supporter for Sam. We have a supporter for Sam. Big up the Guernsey Massive is all I'm saying. Fear no lad, this series needs FIA World Championship status. I've actually been having a chat with them, and I believe we're going to get it next week. No, I'm joking. Yeah, like that's ever going to happen. This is just a bit of top quality banter, isn't it, mate? Hopefully I can move on, maybe to commentating on some proper FIA championships in the future, maybe. As there we are, we see CJ Pants coming out the pits. He is going to be able to to race today, so that's fantastic. We've got all 15 runners in here. So happy, I'm so happy. What else are people saying? Meerkat, I have to go now, says Michael. Oh, no problem, Michael. See you later. You're going to miss the best bit. You're going to miss the race. Anyway, no problem, mate. No problem at all. Daniel Radford. No, I realised, Daniel Radford, that you knew Sam and Southers. Don't worry. I didn't think you were just some horrible hater. I would have kicked you from the chat. Don't worry. We don't deal with hate like that unless it's banter, because we know banter and it's all good. Darkfire said, do we even have a Ferrari in this race? No, we don't, because the Ferrari in this game is very, very, very overpowered. Like, the same driver can be a second and a half quicker a lap in the Ferrari. It's quite incredible how quick it is, so we can't let that happen. Hopefully these cars are more relatively similar suited. They're all better at different tracks. Some are slightly better than others, but that's more luck of the draw. And also, if you're a good driver in one of the worst cars, you can still pick up the pace and do decent, get a decent result. So I tried to make it as fair as possible by taking out the Ferrari, I'm afraid. Dark Faust. Daniel is saying he's supporting Todd and Karem. Go on, lad. Go on, lad. They need some support. They all need some support. Get some love to in the chat for all the drivers. 25 viewers at the moment now. Fantastic, boys. I rate that so highly, so highly. 10 minutes left to qualifying. Any Mercedes cars in this, says Connor Wilson. There are indeed. Let's switch over to... Where is he? There we are. 10th place. There's your Mercedes car. WRL Leclerc, who's doing very nicely in the championship. He was leading the championship until the end of the last round. He had a bit of an oopsie, having a bit of a crash with Duke Van Leur last time out. But he's doing very well. Only 3 points off the lead of the championship, so he's really going to be gunning for it today in that Mercedes AMG SLS. What a stunning car. That Hot Wheels livery, as I've said in previous streams, is so fit. Oh, he goes in the pits. We can't even admire the livery, but it's so beautiful. I'll show it to you in a bit. It's blue and red with the flames and the Hot Wheels. It's stunning. So I'd highly recommend giving him your support. But equally, he's fighting this man, Jack, who's currently set the fastest time of a 2:04.1 in that blue Renault Sport RS. He's had some fantastic pace recently, and he's recently, after last round, topped the championship with 43 points, I believe, 45 points, 45 points, with WR Leclerc just following on 42. So going to be very close. Going to be very close for these boys. There you go, Connor Wilson. Go on, Leclerc. He's supporting him in the Mercedes car. You love to see it. You love to see it. As Knight has said, go King Lang, push. Yes, come on, King Lang. You can do it, mate. It's his first race, and he was putting in some solid times earlier. So hopefully we can see him. Hopefully we can see him do well. He's out there in the Bentley currently, going slightly wide there at that corner and going off in that beautiful Absolute Racing number 88 Bentley Continental GT. It looks absolutely fantastic. So hopefully we can see him doing well, and he's being just followed by Mr. F1E Reviews, as always in every stream. I have to say thank you to him. If you're not subscribed to him already, which somehow if you haven't, he's got a few more subscribers than me. F1E Reviews on YouTube, makes fantastic content, does fantastic streams, and all around a class lad. So make sure you go over to his channel and check him out. And thank you again to Dan for getting involved with this series and just generally being a top bloke. So in that always evolving number 75 Nissan GTR, he hasn't had the best of luck, but he's definitely been one of the most consistent in this series. putting in solid pace, solid performances and solid points most rounds. I think it was... No, it was at Monza the week before where he had some terrible luck getting punted on the straight. Didn't even make it to the first corner and he got punted, went rolled 3 or 4 times, and that was his race ruined. Because in this series, I'll quickly go over the slight rules again. So we'll move over to have a little watch of Sam in the Audi while I chat through the little rules. So basically, tyre wear is on, so is fuel usage, and so is damage as well. So if they're crashing, they're really crashing. Like, they're not going to be able to just restart. They'll have to go in the pits and have their damage fixed. And also, there is a rule. There is one mandatory pit stop for the 40-minute race, and during that mandatory pit stop, they will have to change tyres and they will have to add at least 1 litre of fuel. So that puts in a little bit of sort of tactics where people can decide when they come into the pits depending on their tyre wear, and then they can choose how much fuel they're adding in. If they're starting the race with less fuel, it's going to mean they're better pace of the first stint, but it's also going to mean they're going to have to take longer in the pits to fuel up again. So really adds some tactics into the race and really jumbles up the order and makes it quite interesting. So I reckon round Silverstone this could be pretty interesting. But now, yeah, we got about 7 minutes left of qualifying. Seeing some of the boys just going down the Hangar Straight at the moment, the famous straight where, if you've not seen one of my videos, another shameless plug, we've got loads of these going on. If you haven't seen my video on that time when a priest streaked down the Hangar Straight, crazy story from the early 2000s of a priest running down the Hangar Straight during the F1 Grand Prix, holding a sign telling them to like love Jesus, something absolutely mental. If you want to know more about that story, go to my channel and watch that video. It's a good video, I would say, not to blow my own trumpet or anything. But yeah, let's have a look. We've got very quick at the top, Jack, leader of the championship, currently at the top of the timesheets, as we love to see. Then it's going to be so difficult. If you see on the left-hand side, we've got 3 GAM and 5 GAM because we've got Game and Gamer and Toddy Games. So, oh my goodness, it's going to be tough. I'm going to be looking at the side, not knowing who's who. I've already messed it up once this race, once this lobby even. So that's going to be interesting. But hopefully we can do all right with this. So as I was saying, oh there we go, Jack's gone even faster. So I was going to say how close Steve Van Leur was, but now he's about half a second off. Jack with a 2:03.3. Really bringing up the pace there, doing these low fuel runs and really going as fast as possible, which is again fantastic to see. Obviously qualifying format not the same as Formula 1, but if you'd like to know more about the Formula 1 qualifying formats, then as I said, make sure to go and check out my most recent video. But we've got wheeling down from qualifying now. We've got 2 guys who still haven't set a time. We've got, I was just about to say King Lang hasn't, but he just... Oh, no, it's someone else. I don't know who that was, actually. I didn't see who was below that, but King Lang still hasn't set a time. I've seen him out, so I believe he's probably just getting track limit warnings and then is getting his lap invalidated. That happens a lot, especially on such a long lap. It is very, very difficult. So hopefully he can pop in a cheeky little lap and get it underway. But the slowest cars at the moment, we've got PFC in the Z4. And then we got CJ Pants as well in the Lamborghini, but we know CJ Pants has got some solid pace as King Lang does manage to set a time, puts himself up into 12th pace. So well done, mate, with a 2:08.3. Solid performance from him there. Knight said, "You can do it, King Lang. You're not a nobody. You're a winner." Yes, come on, lad. He's gone up to P12. He can do this. Ben said, "You're really milking your videos dry." Mate, I've got to. Like, I'm trying to run this channel, I'm trying to get people involved. So, when I've got 24 people in the stream, I've got to make the most of it, lads. So, thank you again all for joining and getting involved. Don't feel pressured at all to go and do anything. But if you'd like to watch some enjoyable content, well, what I think is enjoyable content, then go to my channel and have a look. But no pressure at all. So let's have a look where the people are at the top of the championship. We've got Toddy, who's in 3rd in the championship, currently on 4th. We've got Jack, who's in 1st in the championship, on pole, and Leclerc, who is in 2nd of the championship, down in 6th. So not the best for him, but it is very, very close. We've got about 0.07 of a second between 7th and 8th. And YTB Ferrari in 8th, who wasn't particularly... he was a bit nervous about today's race and didn't think he was going to do too well in the wet. I think he was quite happy that it's actually in sort of relatively dry conditions today rather than the wet. So he's been able to do actually a pretty decent time from him there to sit in 8th place. So very, very proud of him as always. And then, who else have we got? It was Toddy Games who's in third in the championship in second. No, sorry. See, I've already got that wrong again. Look, Toddy Games is down in fifth. It's Gamer who's in second in the Porsche with a 203.5, one of the newbies to the championship. But Toddy Games down in fifth, who's second in the championships. Sorry, third in the championship. So we got first in the championship on pole, second in the moment in sixth, and third on fifth at the moment. With the time really clocking down now. Boys going to get maybe 1 or 2 more laps currently. So, the Understeer podcast, hello. They said, when are you driving? I don't drive in this championship, I just commentate. So this is not about me. When I do the open lobbies, I like to get a bit of driving and have a bit of fun and teach the boys how it's really done. But in this championship, I just like to commentate and have a bit of fun watching the lads, really. So if it's your first time watching, there you are. We're going to have a good little time watching some motor racing today from the boys. As they, as I said, trickle round for ending their laps. A couple of boys in the pits. Leclerc in the pits as well. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get round and do another lap. He's just come out. That's going to be very tight. I don't think you're going to make it, Leclerc. I don't think you're going to make it. Hopefully you can, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Understeer Podcast also saying, love to see Project Cars. You love to see it, but the game is so frustrating. Oh my goodness. So frustrating. But we get it sorted. It's good. It's good. We're looking at KRM about to start a flying lap as well. See how we can do. See if he can get further up the timing sheet. What do you think about the 3 new tracks added to the F1 calendar, says Connor Wilson. Now, Connor, I think I'm going to do a live stream on Instagram at some point today where I talk all about that. So make sure you go and follow at MotoMeerkat on Instagram if you're not already. And I'm going to be talking all about that, all about my thoughts. But I'll just say I'm very positive about it. I'm loving the look of them. So fantastic to see F1 trying out new tracks. And just seeing those cars going around all different tracks is always fantastic to see. Arthur League Racing says, Dark Faust has put Arthur League Racing in timeout for some reason. I don't know why. I don't remember what he said. I didn't quite read it. It was something about Sam winning. I'm not sure why he's putting him in timeout. But Dark Faust, none of that, please. No abusing your powers. I'm not sure what he's done wrong there. Ben has said he needs to cut those corners to make it. Yeah, he's going to have to cut the corners seriously, is WR Leclerc, to make it round for another lap. But now we've got about 40 seconds left. Look at that at the top of the timing sheet. 2 tenths between Gaming Gamer and Jack, and there's a big bunch between them. Arsenal on the inside of Gaming Gamer. They're going to make contact very stupidly there. I'm not sure what happened between them. But Gaming Gamer with some contact, that's going to ruin his lap, and he's not going to be able to set a quicker time, I don't believe. Jack coming round just behind them as well. And the grid's looking relatively set. We've got Arsenal coming off, Jack pulling into the pits, Gaming Gamer on a lap, and Rundle as well. Where's he on the timing sheet? He's done very well on his last lap, jumping up to third, in fourth at the championship currently. So great to see him. As the session is over, we're going to see Gaming Gamer come across the line, and he does go quicker, but not quite enough to get onto the top step, and Rundle doesn't go quicker that time around. So super close between the top 2 runners. It's looking like it's going to be a good race. It's looking like it's going to be a fantastic race between the boys. Yeah, GSR CJ says my Lambo's handling terribly here. Yeah, it's not the best for handling. I can protest to that. Oh, sorry, attest to that. Protest is not the right word. As we've got some boys coming round, still on laps, I believe. I believe they were just able to get on the laps. So we've got 2 guys slightly further up ahead, who is Sam and KFC, it seems. It is indeed. So we've got KFC, Sam, and Divan Lure still to set laps. Divan Lure only seeming like the really one that could challenge for a pole here still. The Understeer Podcast. I was interviewing Ollie Caldwell yesterday, which was good. That's awesome, mate. That's so cool. Ollie Caldwell's a very, very good racer, isn't he? So fantastic that you could get an interview with him. That's awesome. Good for you, mate. Good for you. So yeah, we've got PFC, or as I like to call him, KFC. I'll call him KFC from now on. Coming round. But yeah, CJ Pant's really not enjoying this track. He's 5th in the championship, I believe, at the moment, but down in 15th. So very frustrating for him. Yeah, Gaming Gamer, you lost 1 second. I did indeed see that. So if you want to report that after the race, you can do. But it was an interesting one. We'll have a look after the race. But PFC, or KFC, is going to come across the line. Can he go any faster? He can't today. What can Sam do? Not faster either, sadly. So they're staying in that order. We're going to look round to Divan Lure, though. Coming round the final corner, I believe. Can he go any faster? I think it's going to cut straight back to the pits anyway, and that's a beautiful rear wing. Look at that. I believe that's the M6 of... there we go. Did he go any faster? I think he did. I think he jumped up into 4th. I believe. There we are. Let's continue. Don't kick anyone. Yes! Cool, we're through. We're on. Let's get the speedo and the map up. Move forward to the boys. So here we are. We are at Silverstone for the start of the 5th round at Silverstone of the MotoMeerkat World Series. Hello boys, we've got a few other people joining the chat. Aaron as well has joined in at the perfect time, ready to see the start. We've still got 22 viewers. We're gassed for the start. Let's run through the grid for the 5th round of the MotoMeerkat World Series. We've got Jack on pole, Toddy Games in 2nd, then we've got Rundle in 3rd, Divan Lur in 4th, then Toddy Games in 5th, WRO Leclerc in 6th, Kerem 47 in 7th, YTB Ferrari in 8th, Sam Malicious in 9th, Southless in 10th, so the two Guernsey boys right beside each other in 9th and 10th. Then F1 Reviews in 11th, King Lang in 12th, KFC in 13th, Arsenal FC in 14th, and CJ Pants in 15th to round out the grid. I am super duper excited for the start of this race to get underway. I cannot wait. We just got to wait for the guys to all get ready, all sync, make sure their fuels, their tyres and everything is all sorted. Finn Houlihan says good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone going. We're super excited now. I'm not sure what that camera angle is saying. That is awful. So we'll switch back to someone further back and hopefully that can get a bit better. The camera angles are very questionable in this game. So not much better there, but we'll still be able to see the start. And luckily the first corner at this track isn't too bad for bumping. People can get brushed wide quite easily, is the only difficulty, and then get penalties for it. But it's the 3rd corner we're sort of watching out for after the S's and then into the tight right-hander. That's going to be the difficulty for the start of today. So hopefully not too much crashing goes on and we can see a lovely little start to this race. But just waiting for the boys to start now. A lovely little running order near the front. A lot of the basically all of the top championship people are near the front, with Gaming Gamer splitting them at the front as well. As there we go, I believe we're syncing for the start of the race. Here we are. I'm not sure why I can't see the grid because this game is ludicrous, but we're going to go to 5 red lights. Here we are, 5 red lights for the 5th round at Silverstone, and we're underway. I believe there was a space on the grid, so I'm not sure if someone has left, but the boys all make it away relatively cleanly. We're going to move up to the front runners. We've got Gaming Gamer who's taken first, Jack just behind. There's a huge crash in the background. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure who was involved with that, but we'll move back to the front runners and see who comes out of that unscathed. We've got Divan Lur with being pressured by Toddy Games round the outside. Kerem getting a good start as well, up into 5th, with Leclerc just behind him. I thought he was involved in the crash, but he seems to be okay. Sam Malicious and Sam trading places with them going 3 wide behind. F1 Reviews getting squeezed out wide, losing a couple of positions there, down to 11th. We'll switch back to the front runners. We've got all of them coming down the straight, a huge gaggle of cars in the background. We've got Divan Lur getting pressured, but oh my goodness, Karen, what a send! Takes 2 places, but goes slightly too wide and accidentally falls back into 5th again. A little bit of contact with Todd, but he seems to be okay. Todd again pressuring Divan Lur, but we'll look slightly further back. Sam and KFC having a brilliant battle. KFC sliding up the inside and pushing him wide, a cheeky little move. And also further back, we had a little move from Lang on CJ Pants to take 13th place. Yeah, we are missing someone. We did lose someone at the start. I'm not sure who it was. As oh no, Gamer's lost it from the lead. He's spun out. Oh no, he's absolutely lost it there. Commiserations to Gaming Gamer. He had it in his pocket and he lost it. And that's allowed Jack to now get a 1.7 second lead over Divan Lur in 2nd, who's again being extremely pressurised by Toddy Games here. An incredible start of the race here at Silverstone. Fantastic. We're going to see all the drivers filter onto the straight now. Toddy Games right behind Divan Lur. He pulls out the slipstream. He's going to go for the move into the 2nd corner. There is a nice little gaggle behind, but going to continue watching this 2nd place battle. Todd's going to go for it round the outside. A little bit of rubbing going on, but they seem to be all right just about. Is he able to hang it round the outside for the inside? He's not. He's still pressuring though. Is he going to go for the dive bomb into the right-hander? Sorry, left-hander. He does indeed. He gets it stopped on the apex just about, and he makes the move. Look at that. What an incredible move there from Todd. But Divan Lur, don't count him out yet. He gets a brilliant run again through the right-hander, squeezes Todd out again onto the pit straight, and they're going side by side onto lap 2. What an incredible start to the race. As Todd, is he able to keep it done? He's not. Divan Lur keeps it on the inside, takes the correct line, and keeps it through into 2nd place. A fantastic battle for the two boys there. As they move a little further away, we'll look further back. Who was it involved in that? All we saw was an upside down car just going straight across our screen. So I don't know who it was, but incredible. We'll have to see after the race who was involved in that crazy crash. But we got F1 reviews there down in 9th. Down in 8th, being chased by Sam in 9th, with King Lang doing well as well, getting up into 10th. PFC, he was doing well. He was up in sort of 7th or 8th. I'm not sure what's happened to him there. Down in 11th, as Gamer with the spin. Commiserations to him. He's well further back from the boys. But we'll switch back to the front runners. So apologies there. I've missed Toddy. Been able to take Divan Lure up into 2nd there, with King Lang now pressuring and going round the outside of Toddy to try and take 3rd place off him. As he's done well, pressuring and doing some decent moves. They are jostling very hard as he gets it all out of shape under braking there, and that could allow WR Leclerc to get a nice little exit there and possibly take him, but I think he's gotten balked there. He's going to have to sit in his slipstream, but all of this has basically just been fantastic for Jack out front. He's now got a 3.5 second gap, and we're on lap 2. Lap 2 of 20, and he's got a 3.5 second gap. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. But there we are. Look at this gaggle behind. Toddy's managed to get a little bit of a gap. But then we've got Divan Lure, followed by Kerem, followed by WR Leclerc, followed by Rundle. A 4-way battle for 3rd at the moment as Kerem looks to go on the outside. No way has he just lost it. He has indeed. Oh, okay, no. He's managed to keep it on. He's just gone slightly wide and he's lost out to Rundle, who's been able to take the place. As wait, where did WR Leclerc go? Where did he go? He's down to 7th. That's happened. He's dropped to Southus. Southus has managed to sneak that place up into 6th. It's all going on at the front. Oh my goodness. I can't even keep up with the amount of positions that are changing. So we'll look back forward to these boys. We've got Divan Lure in 3rd. Slight little space now. We've got Rundle slightly behind, who's done fantastically well there, up into 4th. And we've got Kerem just behind in 5th now. And then Southus and WR Leclerc. Not fantastic for WR Leclerc. Trying to keep points going for the championship, but it's looking like Jack is pulling away with it at the moment, doesn't it? He's leading the championship by only about 3 or 4 points, I believe, and WR Leclerc is going to be losing a lot of points in him if he does finish in 7th for this race. But yeah, Todd able to take full advantage of those boys fighting behind him, and is able to keep the gap with Jack at the moment. It's now whether he's able to catch up at all. As Kerem, a cheeky little send up the inside, not quite able to make it work. Can he hold it round the outside or possibly do a cheeky little switchback onto the straight on Rundle? Not quite. He's lost a lot of time through that corner. Not sure what happened to him there. As Rundle gets a lot of oversteer, exiting the corner there. And falling off Divan Lure slightly, with the boys now starting to get into the race and starting to put in the times. We'll look slightly further back. We've got King Lang, done fantastically. He was 12th on the grid, was he? I believe, and he's now up to 9th, so very nicely done. We've got 2 guys who are left now. I believe probably the person who was on their roof exiting turn 1 has probably left. That would make the most sense. As we'll move back to the front runners. The guys getting relatively spaced now. We'll look back to Southus and WR Leclerc actually, because they seem to be pretty close. Only a couple of tenths in it, battling for 6th place with Southus in the Aston Martin and WR Leclerc in the Mercedes. But wow, what a start to the race, boys! If you did enjoy that start, be sure to drop a like on the stream. That was amazing, wasn't it? I'm still. I have no idea who was involved in that massive crash at the start, but it was amazing nonetheless. So F1 reviews, not with the best qualifying session, but he's done very well. Now on the back of WR Leclerc in 8th position currently, so well done to him. And I believe, this is the closest battle on track currently. We've got Southus followed by WR Leclerc, with F1 reviews just behind. And Divan Lure being chased down by Rundle, but we'll wait for them to hopefully get a little bit closer and have a good fight, because I know that both of those boys are nice and pacey. As Arsenal, what it was that left the session. Not too sure what happened to him. Possibly a cheeky little crash at the start. Oh, Arsenal said, I'm out now because I got a drive-through penalty and couldn't actually pit with 78 suspension damage. Oh dear, I'd love to see what happened at the start of that race. What happened to put those guys out. But we'll move it back to these boys fighting. We've got Divan Lure being pressured by Rundle, and Arthur League Racing has said in the chat £10 on Jack winning, but you say that it was 3.5 seconds gap. Now it's down to 2.5. Okay, it's gone back up to about 3 now, but it is fluctuating, and Toddy is doing very well on pace there. So hopefully we can see some some nice battling between the boys at the front, and we can also see how it plays out with pit stops as well. So it's not all over yet, boys. Don't worry. It's not all over yet. We've seen plenty upsets similar to this before, but it was looking very close between KFC and Lang when I looked over, but now not so much. Southlands and Sam are having a great battle, but Sam, I'm not sure what's happened to him. He's down in 11th now, about 30 seconds off the leaders, and that's like 15-20 seconds off Souther. So either he was involved in something, or he might have pitted. I'm not too sure. With CJ very, very, very down the order. I believe he might have been lapped even. So he possibly could have pit early to see if he can get something out of that. But we'll see how tactics can come into play throughout this race. But yeah, now it's sort of quieted down a little bit. We'll see what people are saying. See what people are saying at the start. Daniel Radford said we need a Guernsey 1-2. I don't think that's going to happen now, mate, I'm afraid. I don't think that is going to happen. We're going to switch back to Leclerc and F1E reviews, because Leclerc's lost a bit of time on South of Slair, fallen back into the clutches of F1E reviews, and it could look like a decent little battle going here. I want to see F1E reviews passing on track for this 7th place. Nothing against WRL Leclerc. It's just that we haven't really seen F1E reviews battling too much. He's sort of just sitting back there and getting decent points. So I want to see him get proper involved and get stuck in here. Connor says Chipper's chin. Not sure what you mean by that, lad. Arthur said yes, I'm off timeout. Yeah, finally. Hopefully you don't get put in timeout again, Arsenal. Can anyone join in, or do you have to be qualified? Understeer, anyone could join the reserve list for the championship, and then when people drop out, I'll just send an invite out to all the reserves, and then the first one to reply gets to join, basically. So you don't have to be any certain pace, but once you're in the lobby, you need to be close enough to the leaders to be allowed. And if you're way off, then I do have to kick you out, which is unfortunate for some. But I do like to keep it relatively challenging, and we have. Hopefully the grid can be full of 15 drivers that can challenge for top positions, as I know we've definitely got like 10 in this race that could win. I know are good enough and have the pace enough to win, but just maybe this isn't their best track, or they're just having an off day. As I was hoping, I did see Toddy had reduced it to 1.5 second gap at the lead, for the lead to Jack, but it's just extended back up to 2.5 now, so I'm not sure what's going on there, as WRL Leclerc making a lot of mistakes, going wide there at Magnussen Beckett's, has allowed F1E reviews to cheekily have a look around the outside, but I don't think he's going to quite have the legs down the straight here. I believe they are still side by side going down the straight. WRL Leclerc on the inside, allowing F1E reviews to take the inside. F1E reviews breaks late and takes the place, but can WRL Leclerc get a little switch back? They're right on each other, bumper to bumper, but no, F1E reviews is able to keep the place. Will WRL Leclerc send it? He doesn't. F1E reviews takes 7th place and is able to keep it. Well done for that, sir. But we'll have a look down the pits, down the rest of the grid. Sorry, we've got KFC again with King Lang pressuring him for 9th and 10th. Now the point system works as such. We've got 15 points to the leader, then 2nd place gets 12 points, 3rd place gets 10, 4th place gets 8, 5th place gets 6, 6th place gets 5, 7th place gets 4, 8th place gets 3, 9th place gets 2, and 10th place gets 1. So that's the so anyone fighting for even for 10th is on for some points. What's gone on with Leclerc? Leclerc's pulled over. Oh dear, he's got some serious damage I can see on the front there. I'm not sure what's happened to him. F1E review seems to be okay, so I'm not sure he's had it coming together with him, but that's terrible for Leclerc there. He looks okay actually. I'm really unsure as to what's happened there. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. He's pulling off the track. He's weaving around all over the place, so I hope to see what his explanation for that is after, but it's not like he's just leaving the session. He's just pootling about, so really unsure what is happening there, as Sam has stopped with him for some reason. I'm not sure what these two are doing, but yeah, we'll move off them. Right, we'll have a look back to the front runners, as Jack has lapped CJ, and there you go, you can see Todd in the background trying to hunt him down, but not being the most successful at the moment. The gap staying very, very similar to how it's been for most of the race so far. As Toddy that's Gaming Gamer who's come in the pits, sorry. Obviously we know Toddy Games is on the straight, I'm not sure why I was saying that. Gaming Gamer with his spin at the start, he was leading the race and had very, very good pace, but frustrating for him to have some difficulties today and dropping down to 12th place. But he has pit, so he does. He will be all right there. But we'll look back to 5th place battle. We've got Karem in 5th in that Janetta being pressured by Southless in 6th, and we've got F1 Reviews just behind them now. So if Southless and Karem do end up fighting a little bit for 5th place, F1 Reviews could possibly catch up to them and could be involved in a sort of cheeky 3-way battle there. So that would be very, very interesting to see. But the other boys, I'm not sure what happened to Rundle. He's lost 4 seconds on Divan Lure to 3rd now. So it was all looking very, very interesting at one point for the proper top positions for 2nd, 3rd. Oh, as there we are. Southless looking for the move around the outside. Karem defending well, parking it on the apex, but Southless could get a decent line out of it. No, he goes slightly wide, loses a bit of time, and drops back from Karem. A nice little move in theory there, mate, but didn't quite happen. And that's allowed, as I said, for F1 Reviews to close the gap just a tad. As that's all he's got to do, put in that constant pace, that consistent pace, and that'll move him up the leaderboard before he knows it. But with the top 4, basically 1st to 5th being pretty spread out, it's looking slightly frustrating today. But that will be interesting to then see later on in this race. Obviously on lap 7 out of 20 now, almost halfway through already. But these laps are extremely, extremely long. So that's why you would have seen last race at Red Bull Ring, it was something like 26 laps, I believe. It was super duper long. But that's because that lap is like 1 minute 20, 1 minute 30. Whereas this is what, 2 minute 5 or something. So a lot fewer laps here today. But still about 40-minute race and still the same amount of time for, theoretically, for the guys to catch up to each other and have some nice little battling. As Divan Lure seems to be putting in the pace very nicely. He seems to be closing in on Toddy Games a slight bit, but we'll continue with the battle that we're looking at on screen, with Southless again putting in pace after that failed move in his Aston as Karem goes wide. Oh dear, Karem's gone wide, made a little mistake. That's allowed Southless to steal 5th place from him there. A slight lapse in judgment from Karem has allowed Southless to take full advantage of it as he moves up into 5th place. And again, these difficulties for the chaps have allowed for F1 Reviews to slightly catch up again, as King Lang has got a penalty. Oh dear. Let's have a look at the timings. What's he got? A 1-second penalty for track limits there for King Lang in 8th place, which at the moment wouldn't make too much of a difference to his finishing position. But you never know at the end of the race. You never know what's going to happen. As I don't know what Karem's line there was, but that's going to allow. I thought F1 Reviews would take full advantage of that, but not quite. He's still been balked, and he's still sat behind Karem there in 6th. And all this fighting between the boys is going to allow Southless to pull away, because he's got very, very decent pace in that Aston. And these cars, they are just stunning. They are just beautiful with their huge rear wings. They look fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So brilliant to see them on track as always. As I see we're missing 3 people now, so I'm not sure who the other person was to leave. Was it WRO Leclerc? It was indeed WRO Leclerc. Oh dear. Well, there you are. 2nd place in the championship will be scoring no points for today's race, which is going to allow Jack to, as I said, get a much larger lead. As, oh dear, I've just seen LSJ Rundle with a 1-second penalty as well. Very frustrating for him. Very frustrating. But as I said, Southless being able to pull this nice little gap on Karem in 6th. But as you saw there, CJ Pants just going through in the Lamborghini as well, but he is a couple of laps down. I think just the 1 lap down, I believe. With 2 minutes and 4, that seems about 1 lap down on the boys. But I think he has pitted as well, so that will allow him to catch up a little bit, but not 2 minutes. That's not going to happen. Sadly for the man. We'll have a quick little check back on the leader, Jack. Just really doing what he needs to do, putting in the pace and doing very well, with his last lap being a 2 minute 5.6. Toddy Games just behind with a 2 minute 5.2, and then Divan Lowe with a 2 minute 5.8 just behind. So the top 3 runners doing very similar times all by themselves, and really, really getting involved and doing well. But I'm going to look back to the battle for 6th, as F1 Reviews is now right up the rear of Karem 47, looking at his bumper directly in his rear. But can we see him? There we go. Celia Pants moving out of the way for the leaders. That's very nice of him to do. Can we see Kerem goes a little bit wide? Can we see F1 reviews hopefully go for a move very soon here? It'll be great to see for the stream as he gets a nice little cutback, gets a good exit from the corner. But can he get in the slipstream of Kerem down this straight and hopefully put a cheeky little move on him somewhere on this lap? JSaw says, "Are you watching the GT3 to Imola today?" I did not know there was. I did not know there were GT3 to Imola today, mate. Is that on Sky Sports F1 or what? Because I would quite like to watch that, to be fair, if I get the chance. But oh my god, guys, I'm so excited. The gyms are finally reopening today. Oh my god! So I'm finally going to get a gym session for the first time in months. I'm so excited to finally pick up some race. Thank God. Pick up some race. What did I just say? Pick up some weights. Thank God. For the first time in ages. It's going to be brilliant. So I'm super excited for that. Todd, again, keeping a very, very similar gap to Jack in first currently. And then again, similar down to Divan Lure as well. As there we go. You can see on camera the rain has started at Silverstone. We're about halfway through the race now and light rain has just begun at the track. So it's going to become, we're going to see the timings start to drop slightly as the grip falls. And also as the boys' tyres start to fall off as well. And we're around halfway through the race now, so I'm going to have to keep an eye out for when people begin to pit. And the light rain on this game is definitely not enough to pit for wet tyres. So the boys are definitely going to have to brave it out on the slicks. But it could be interesting to see how boys do, whether they're able to keep the pace up in the slightly more moist conditions, or whether some guys are able to keep it up better than others. And we see Jocelyn back up for position as Jack sets a slightly slower time that lap with a 2:05.6, but Todd half a second quicker on that one with a 2:05.1. If he can keep putting in that kind of pace, we're going to see a battle for the lead soon. But we'll switch back to the boys. Oh, F1 Reviews has jumped into the pits. The first man in the sort of normal front runners that we have seen jumping into the pits today, as so does KFC in the Z4. He's jumped into the pits. Hopefully none of the boys getting any pit penalty, because that's always frustrating. But it's so ludicrous, the pit penalty here. So if boys do have it, if they clip it, and I can see that they've just had difficulty with entering the pits, then I can always take that off. That's no problem at all. But there we are, Sam, just entering the pits. As I say that, Sam has got a 10-second penalty for entering the pits too quickly. But I'm sure we can take that off if he attests that he only just went in just faster, because it can be ridiculous that it gives you a 10-second penalty for going in like a mile an hour faster. It's just ludicrous. But yeah, F1 Reviews now just exiting the pits, quite a way off the leaders now. But it'll be interesting to see once pit stops are done whether he's able to put in some laps now with those new tyres in the rain as it just starts. As the rain getting heavier and heavier now, as you can see, F1 Reviews with his windscreen wiper on. And having a cheeky little race there. A cheeky little race. As the boys, Jesus, that is quite a bit of rain. I was not expecting that much. This is the lightest rain setting in the game. And that's quite a lot. So, it'll be interesting to see how the boys do here. Whether the lap times start to fall. Jack on his last lap has dropped to a 2:06.7. Whereas, Toddy Gibbs with a 2:07.1. So that's 2 seconds already the boys have dropped on lap times, as Divan Lure from 3rd place and Rundle from 4th place both come into the pits. So really we're starting to see people's tactics come through now. Okay, YouTube for the qualifying today and Sky Sports F1 for the race tomorrow, says JSauce. I'll be sure to watch that tomorrow. As look at the spray coming off the tyres of Jack, as Toddy Games is able to close up massively there, down to 1.2 seconds to get to the lead. But it is quite moist out there, boys. I'm not going to lie. It is quite moist. So, how are the boys going to do this? Look at that! Toddy Games in 2 corners has caught up to Jack the lead, and he's going to make the pass for the lead. Toddy Games switches back and takes the lead over Jack. Jack really not enjoying the conditions there, as he gets it all loose on the exit of that corner and bins it into the gravel. Oh my goodness, huge upset here for Jack. He's really not enjoying the track currently, as Todd has now pulled a 3.5 second gap on him. Incredible, a huge upset there for the championship. with Jack, yeah, hopefully, I think he's just going to come in the pits now, possibly even pit for wet tyres, maybe, because I don't believe there's any intermediates on this game. So, yeah, just interested to see what tactics people now take. I think it's definitely wetter in certain parts of the track than others, as Stephen Lur now has come out the pits. I can't tell from where I'm looking what tyres they've been able to put on, so we won't be able to actually see what boys have chosen. But I think we'll be able to tell by lap times, I think. With Rundle and Devan Lur now out of the pits. Still quite the gap between them. And it looks like Southless and Karem may have pitted as well. They're very close to each other. And F1 EVs, well, F1 EVs is quite a way behind them. And he was right on them. So I believe Southless and Karem may not have pitted. But how Rundle and Devan Lur have done that stop so fast, I'm not too sure. As there we go. Toddy Games and Jack both elect to come into the pits on first and second. Jack with a really, really bad time from him there, coming into the pits. As, who is that? Gamer? He is pitted. He has pitted. Gamer. Oh, there we go. No, okay, no, he's come through. He's still in 11th. He's just unlapping himself. Sorry, boys. Sorry for the confusion there. He's all good. He's all good. He's all good. Still down in 11th. But yeah, we'll see the boys still in the pits. Jack and Todd just coming out the pits now with Devan Lur coming along the straight. He's taken Todd and he's going to take Jack as well. Devan Lur, we see him through the pit stop doing an early stop and able to take it for the lads out in first position. Fair play to him as Todd now comes out the pits in second with Rundle in third just about, I believe. Yeah, Jack coming out in fourth. So look at that. The pit stops completely jumbling up the order with Jack going from first to fourth. Devan Lur from third to first. Toddy Games staying in second. Well, he just taken first on that last lap, but he'd been running second the whole race. And Rundle there in third, jumped up from fourth there. So Jack really not having a good time there, down in fourth. Not sure if the lads have put on wet tyres or not, but the rain is coming down very heavily. I believe it probably is looking like wet tyres for the boys. Now, I think I'd go out on a limb and say this isn't light rain. I think the game is lying. I don't think this is light rain. But there we are. The boys having to deal with difficulties and deal with what the pit strategies and situations going on. But Sam now in 7th. Somehow, I think he's pitted, to be fair. And he's now battling F1 Reviews down for 7th and 8th. As F1 Reviews really not enjoying it with a 2:22 last lap. I think he might have to pit again for wets. I think he might not be on wet tyres. As people just sort of attempting to eat ground. Yeah, KFC definitely came in before. And he's now coming again, I believe, to possibly change for wet tyres. As it's looking quite impossible. Quite impossible out there on the slicks. So the boys that... well, I would have said the boys pitted later looked like they were doing a better job. But Devan Lur and Rundle, who both pitted early, jumped... well, Devan Lur jumped Todd and Jack, and Rundle just jumped Jack. So, not sure what's happened there, but we'll jump forward to these boys. This is now the quickest battle on track. We got Rundle down in third, still getting a podium position, so well done to him. And then Jack just behind in fourth. So that really jumbles up the order, especially of the championship, with Rundle moving very, very wide there. With much over half this race done now, moving on to lap 13 of 20. With Devan Lur able to extend his already large lead up to 6 seconds now. But Rundle only about 2 seconds off Todd at the moment. So can we see a three-way battle for second place? Would be interesting, but if Rundle and Jack start fighting, then that probably isn't going to happen. But then down from that, the rest of the boys. I've just seen now we're down to 11 runners. 2 other lads have left. What is going on? I'm not sure what has happened there. But yeah, there we are. People just clearly not having the best fun. CJ Panzer's left. I've got Ferrari strategists. Put me on ice tyres on lap 3 when it was still dry. Oh dear, CJ. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not the best choice from them. I'm going to say, not the best choice. But yeah, there's a huge gap now from 4th to as someone else has left. someone else has left. So there we are. We're down to 10 runners now. So everyone finishing this race is going to get points. People, I guess, not really enjoying the wet running. It is slightly difficult, but it sorts the men from the boys, I say. So get it on you. As Divan Lure continuing to extend his lead up to 7.5 seconds over Todd now. And Todd possibly, could we see, falling into the clutches of Rundle for 3rd place there. What happened to Leclerc? Leclerc left, Connor. He left the lobby. I'm not really sure what happened. He suddenly just stopped on track, then was going really slowly, and then just left. So we'll have to. I'll talk to him after the race and see what happened. But yeah, very interesting from him there, and not too sure what exactly happened. Jack in the KFC had to said the Z4. He couldn't handle the Z4. Fair enough, mate. I thought you were looking on for points there, but fair enough. Yeah, you had a decent start, but slightly fell off there, mate. So frustrating for you. But everyone that finishes is going to be finishing the race, as F1E Reviews has dropped a place. Oh no, there we go. He's just passed him again. There we go. Lang had passed him on the entrance to the pit lane. There we are. The boys fighting for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are coming up to these back markers. Hopefully King Lang, there we go. He moves over, lets him out of the way, even though he's going to be fighting F1E Reviews on track. He does the good thing and allows the boys through. As where is F1E Reviews? He had a great start, really battering for the boys and doing well, but I think he's had to pit again for the wet tyres. As I've just seen, Jack has passed Rundle on the exit of that corner, jumping him up into 3rd and Rundle down into 4th. Very, very frustrating for Rundle there. He was doing well, but I guess just a slight mistake, and he's lost out, and that's also allowed for Todd to increase his lead on those boys as he passes F1E Reviews for just a back marker. F1E Reviews is currently, but as I said, super frustrating for F1E Reviews. So sad for him. I really do feel for him. He seems to get the worst luck in the world in these open lobbies, but it's all about learning and all about getting better. So I still hats off to him. Hats off to him for doing well. As we're now on, oh dear, I've almost dropped my controller. I've had it before. I've dropped my controller and almost quitted the game, and that was awful. I'm so glad that hasn't happened. Because that made me soil myself, I'm not going to lie. Absolutely soil myself. As more of a procession this race has become now, sadly. Divan Lure with a 9-second lead as he passes Gaming Gamer, who's obviously in 8th place, just a back marker allowing him through, who was leading him at one point, was leading the race, but had a little spin on the first lap, and big sad, basically. Big sad for Gaming Gamer. Looked like he was doing so well, and just nothing really came from it. He's still hopefully going to get 8th place here, though, and pick up some cheeky points to get into the championship standings, which is great for him. As there you go, Rundle looks like he's going to pass Jack. Not quite. Some little battling for 3rd place there, getting closer and closer. I think there was a little bit of a dive bomb from Rundle there, but he hasn't been able to make it stick, and still has to sit behind Jack in 3rd place. As we move on to lap 15, 3/4 of the way through this race now, as it has gotten very wet. We started off this race in the dry conditions, and we've moved through to some very, very wet conditions, I would say. It was supposed to be light rain, but when there's bloody standing water, I don't count that as light rain game. So there we are. The boys are in for a bit of a shock there, but still been able to do well, as Rundle has fallen 2 seconds off Jack there. Jack somehow able to pick up some blinding pace there, and has actually been able to catch up more to Todd now than he is to Rundle. So the 2nd, 3rd and 4th place drivers very close on track, but not quite able to create any sort of battling currently. And then further down the order, the boys are very spaced out. Southus, Karem, Samalicious, Gaming Gamer, F1E Reviews, King Lang, all running their own races with like 20-30 seconds in between them, just pootling around, setting lap times. But the positive for them is, oh, actually now, no, the positive isn't even for them, because what I was going to say was that even being at the back is still okay because they can go for fastest lap, but they can't because the boys are lapping like 8 seconds slower than they were in the dry. So it's going to completely matter on who was able to set that fastest lap time in the dry at the start of the race. So yeah, no, not able to do that for them. But everyone in the points, as I said, so everyone able to add points to their championship tally. As it's looking very good for Divan Lure at the moment. I believe he is. Let's have a cheeky little look at my document. Yeah, so Divan Leur's down in 9th place with the 15 points that he would get for this race would bump him up to sort of 5th, 6th in the championship type way. So it would gain a nice little portion. As Jack, looking like he could get a good exit here, looks up the inside of Todd, but not quite able to make it happen. As they race round onto lap 16 of this race. Rundle going very wide at the exit of that corner. Hopefully Todd and Jack can start fighting and allow for Rundle to catch up. They've all got relatively similar pace, but Toddy with not a great lap. That's what has allowed Jack to catch up there. But Jack beginning the pressure on him for that 2nd place. Both on the podium though, so we're not wanting any lock-ups, any crashes, because they're going to lose a lot of points if they do so. Not a great exit there from Jack from the S's section there. I'm not sure what that's called, that section. Off the top of my mind, it's escaped me. We've still got 15 viewers in here. Fantastic, lads. Thank you so much for supporting. Not the best race today, I'm not going to lie. Not the most exciting. People still having some decent battles, especially at the start. But now we've got into the rain period, it's being more processional, as it's a lot more difficult to do any sort of passes or anything in these sort of conditions. So completely understandable from the boys there. But think on the bright side, JWF1, you're going to have a much easier time doing these highlights because they're not going to be nearly as long. So there you are. As yeah, people just sort of making slight mistakes. We've got Gaming Gamer off on the side of the road there, allowing the leaders through. Very nice of him. But watch out, because he could be overtaken by F1E Reviews here if he's not too careful. Being very off the track as there, yeah, there. He's come back on the track, only just ahead of F1E Reviews. So we could see a cheeky little battle there between the Porsche and the Nissan for 8th position. Still battling for points, even though they're a lap down or a lap or two down. They're still battling for points, as F1E Reviews is going to get a lovely little exit there. Goes side by side with Gaming Gamer. They are indeed battling on track. So let's see what he can do. Looks around the outside. Not sure he's going to make it stick round there. If he can, it is a god move. He keeps it round the outside to stick. Very nicely done, but still side by side. Down into the left-hander. He's going to go for out-braking. He does indeed. Gets it stopped on the apex. Can Gaming Gamer keep his nose in? He can indeed. Oh, but F1 Reviews cuts him off. And Gaming Gamer does the smart thing of backing out there. And allowing F1 Reviews back up into 8th place and to take some better points there. Now I'll keep my eye on how those boys are racing. As, oh, Kerem has now left from a decent points position for some reason. So there we are. We're down to 9 runners now in this race. I might have to give the boys a slight bollocking for that in the Instagram chat, as I'm not sure why they decided to leave that, because Kerem was doing very decently on points there, so it doesn't really make too much sense. As yeah, we've got the boys now battling for second, getting very close to each other, but then all just having slight difficulties and not really able to pass. As we said, we've got Toddy Games in second, with Jack just behind in third, and Rundle just behind him in fourth. We're looking to see if we can have some good battling very, very soon. This is easily the closest group on track, which is good to be fair for second place, having them being the closest group. But again, it's slightly depressing that Divan Leur is 10 seconds in the lead now. You got to say fair play to him, putting in the pace. He's already through Maggots and Beckett's, and I believe he's already at. Sorry, no, he's going through Maggots and Beckett's now, I believe. My sincerest apologies. And he's now going onto the hangar straight. So he's just slightly ahead of the boys. As I said, 10 seconds or so. As Toddy Games now again being pressured highly by Jack for that second place. Able to keep it together through Maggots and Beckett's there, both of them. As it'll be very, very slippy through there, especially through Beckett's has a slight dip in it as well, which can really unsettle the car, makes it go proper weightless, and does not enjoy itself. It really does not enjoy itself. As still battling going on, not too much to report though. No ducking and diving really. Jack sort of just tried to plan this move, but taking a few laps now as we move on to lap 18, the third last lap of the race. We're going to have to see that move soon, Jack, mate, if you're wanting to get that second place. Now, I'm not sure how Jack's going to play this, because obviously we know WRL Leclerc's out of the race. His closest championship competitor is out. So, he's lost it, he's lost it, he's lost it, he's going to spin. Oh my goodness. So is Todd, though. They could crash. They haven't just about. Rundle is, it's allowed Rundle to sneak up the inside there, but Jack's going to try and keep his nose in. And Rundle could get a decent exit there. They're both going to get a right exit. They're going to go side by side round the left-hander. I think Rundle's just going to be able to have it, though. He does indeed. So now Jack falling down to 4th. As who is that? I think that's Gaming Gamer, just offline. Thank you, mate, for moving out of the way. Don't take up F1 reviews. Oh my god, that was close. Jesus Christ. Don't do that to me, mate. You're giving me a bloody heart attack. It wasn't Gaming Gamer, sorry, it was King Lang. My apologies. But yeah, that sort of interesting move there from Jack has lost him a position and has allowed Todd to gain another little extra second on the two little cars battling now. Allowed Rundle to get up into the podium position. Very, very good for him, allowing him to put some decent points on the board. But now it's interesting to see, with 3 laps left, are more mistakes going to happen? Are people going to go for some more moves? Or what exactly is going to happen in the rest of this race? As we'll look back a little bit, as these boys are slightly spread out. At the other boys, we've got Southless down in 5th, who's had a very, very shy race by himself. Similarly with Sam as well, down in 6th. He's going to get some decent points there, so fair play to him. F1 Reviews down in 7th, made a little oopsie with his pit stop and had to pit twice. And we've got Gaming Gamer as well, spun at the start, but now is sat by himself down in 8th. And then King Lang, who's not having the best race, I'm not going to lie, down in 9th. So I'm not sure what exactly he's doing. I think he's about to get lapped by the man in 8th. So not brilliant from him. But we'll move back to the front runners. Rundle's looking for the move. He goes around the outside. Oh my goodness, what a move there from Rundle. He's able to keep the car together, holds the inside for the right-hander, and gets the power down nicely, and is able to take second place from Todd. Incredible. So on 1 lap, he's gone from 4th to 2nd. Fantastic there from Rundle. Is really hotting up now onto this second last lap, the penultimate lap of the race. About 5 minutes left to go of this race. Rundle leading Todd, leading Jack, but that could be incorrect. Going around this right-hander, Jack's looking up the inside, but Todd goes up the inside as well. They're going to press each other 3 wide around this right-hander, as Rundle then loses out 2 spaces, but he's going to try and hold the inside through here. It's going to be extremely tight. A lot of squeezing going on. The boys slowing each other down massively. It's going to let back market F1 Reviews catch up with them, but oh dear. Rundle's gone wide through that left-hander there, and it's allowed for Todd and Jack to sneak back through again. So the order of this little battle. Oh no, Rundle's gone off. Rundle's swerve left and now swerve right. He's hit the wall, and that's going to be a lot of damage for Rundle. Hopefully he can just, he's not going to be able to involved in this front running battle anymore. That's going to be quite a bit of damage for him there. Very frustrating. He just managed to get up into 2nd on that other lap, and now he's fallen back down into 4th. Oh dear, mate. Unlucky, unlucky. But I don't think there's any point in him coming in the pits, really. I think he's just got to stay out on track and try and nurse that car home at this point. He seems to be doing okay, though. Hopefully not too much damage for him. But it's looking now most likely that it's going to be a 2-car battle now for 2nd between Jack and Toddy Games, as Chap Kosa slightly wide there. To be fair, Rundle's still holding pace there, to be fair. So hopefully we can see the battle go 3-way again. You always love to see a 3-way. Always love to see a 3-way. I think that's got to be my motto. Always love to see a 3-way. Yeah, guys. 13 people still watching. Thank you so much for getting involved and enjoying the MotoMeerkat World Series Round 5 at Silverstone. Not being the best race. Been interesting weather, to be fair. And it's jostled up the grid order a little bit, but with a lot of people leaving, a lot of people having damage, and a lot of people just having very silly races. So very interesting to see what's happened there. But we're going to quickly check forward, as we're going to see Divan Lur run an impeccable race. Now 13.5 seconds ahead of the leaders as he goes onto the final lap of the race. I don't think he's going to bin it. Hopefully not, for his sake. As Rundle, oh dear. Oh no, I said Rundle was in 2nd for some reason. I'm not sure, but I remember now he was in 4th. So I'm not too sure what happened there. But obviously, we do have to remember anyway that I believe Rundle has a 1-second penalty anyway. So even if he got ahead of the 2 boys, he would need to try and get a nice little gap forward to those boys anyway. So not the best result from him, as these 2 boys move on to the final lap of the race. We're going to be watching them throughout this whole lap. We got Toddy Games in 2nd, currently in 3rd in the championship, and Jack currently in 1st, as Toddy Games has gone wide. Oh dear, he's binned it at that corner, but he's going to dive back on the inside for the left-hander as well. Jack was able to sneak through, but Todd saying, no, 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 mate, this is my position. They're going to go side by side, round the left-hander, and now side by side on the straight. Oh my goodness, that was very rough there from Todd, pushing Jack off the track. They're going to continue together down the straight, though. Jack moves back into the slipstream of Toddy Games. But any more mistakes like that from Todd are going to be costly, as he does make a mistake. Locks up into the first corner as Jack tries to pressure him round the outside, not able to do so. Can he get the power down onto this straight, though? He does. He moves back up the inside. He's got his nose in there, but not quite enough. Going to have to follow him down the old National straight. Only about half a lap to go. This is getting very close to the end of the race. Super close for these boys. As there's going to be no need to fall back into Divan Lur. I believe he's won this race now with 15 seconds ahead of these boys. Fantastic from him. I can only sing my praises, and he's going to get all 15 points. And we'll have to see who gets fastest lap. Gets the fastest lap point though. As they come through, Magnus and Beckett's. Toddy Games still just about leading Jack. But there they go through the right, left, and through the right again. Down onto the hanger straight. Jack is going to follow him. Can we see? Oh my goodness, this is going to be close. He is following him. Jack is following him down the hanger straight. Is he going to be close enough? That's the only thing. Rundle's fallen off this battle slightly, which is frustrating. But Jack not close enough to make a move. Round the right-hander there. See if Toddy loses any time. He does slightly, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough for Jack to pressurise. He is right on his rear. Divan Lur wins the race, but can Jack send a move for the left-hander? He's not going to be able to. Todd hugs the inside, loses a bit of time, but is able to hold Jack off for second place. Jack tries to get a good run out the last corner. He's going to be pressurising him, but I don't think it's going to quite be enough. They are going to go side by side for the line. They're pushing each other. They both go off, but I think Toddy Games has just taken it over the line as they both crash over the line. Fantastic from the boys. As oh my goodness, lovely little crashing there from the lads, but incredible pressurising there at the last minute from Jack, but he wasn't quite able to take that second place off Todd. Rundle comes home in fourth, with F1 Reviews finishing there a lap down in seventh. Then we've got Southus just behind in fifth place, getting some decent points there from him, but a very quiet race from him, finishing in fifth. And we've got Sam coming round in sixth place as well. I believe that was Gamer as well, coming round to finish in 8th place. And for just frustrating for all those boys down near the back of the grid. But all of them getting points. There was a point to be had for someone, but they left. So no 10th place point for whoever that was. But there we are. A fantastic little race from the boys. Not our best at battling, but changeable weather did produce some decent racing from the boys. So it was very, very interesting. As oh my goodness, Sam has sent Rundy absolutely flying there. Absolutely flying. As now I think we're just going to be waiting for King Lang. Not his best race. Not the best race for him, to be honest. Today we're going to see him come round the track, and then we'll get a little invite to the party. Rundle, was it you upside down? No way. No way. Yeah, Rundle, we'll get you in the party as well. You boys were all battling to the front, so I need to get that three-way battle at the front into the party. But I just need to get the results up on screen so I can take a little picture. There we are. As, yeah. Perfect stuff. Divan Lur taking the win of the round at Silverstone. Then we've got Toddy Games taking second place. Jack in third, with Rundle in fourth. Southless in fifth. Sam Malicious in sixth with 47 seconds worth of penalties. Somehow still being able to finish in sixth. With F1 Reviews in seventh. Gaming Gamer in eighth. And King Lang finishing out in ninth. So let's get the Xbox party open and see how these boys are doing. Try and get a party sorted here, lads, and we'll talk to some of the drivers and see how they thought the race was going for them. So let's. I need to make sure this party is invite only, so that no boys suddenly jump in. So there we are. Who are we going to get in? We got Divan Lur jumping in. Then we got Todd. Then we got Jack, and then we're going to get Rundle in as well. Fantastic. There we go. We've sent some invitations out to the lads. And hopefully we can see them jumping into the party now. We've got Divan Lur jumping in already. There we go. All the boys already jumping in. Fantastic there from them. jumping in and getting ready, set for some cheeky interviews after the race. Firstly, well done to all of you boys. Not the most interesting race over the course of the whole thing. The start was incredible, though. Fantastic to watch even. Divan Lure, I'm going to start with you, mate. What happened over the pit stops? Because you were down in, I believe, was it third or possibly fourth? Then you came out the pits way ahead, and then I've got to give it to you. You eked out that lead hugely and did really well. So what exactly happened there?
And Jack just stayed out one lap too much on the dry, because that lap it went really wet, and the wets were just, I think, 5 or 10 seconds faster than the dries.
Yeah, no, we did see that the wet was hugely faster than the dries. Thank you for that, Divan Lure. We'll move on to the other boys. I want to start with Jack. As you were saying, Divan Lure, about the wet tyres being faster, Todd and Jack, you did stay out an extra lap, and we saw on that lap, Todd was able to pass Jack, and Jack, you really, really weren't enjoying the wet there. Can you talk us through what was going on in the cockpit?
Well, I thought I could do one more lap on the dry. It was still looking not too wet, and I was going to whip one more lap to pit, but it just, the rain started coming down loads. As soon as I came over the line, it went from dry to soaking wet.
It did seem to do that, didn't it? Yeah, I was noticing. I was saying on stream, I've definitely set it to light rain, but that rain was so heavy. So well done, boys, for managing to deal with it, and well done, Jack, managing to keep that third place for yourself. Toddy, fantastic from you. You were jumping around the leaderboard a bit there between, you were in first for a bit, and then you were dropped down to fourth for a bit, and then you were all around the place. How did you find that race went for you? Oh, Toddy. I can't hear you, Tolly. There we are. Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, okay, my mic's in my mouth like last race. Okay. So, yeah, I found the wets like a bit easier than Jack did. I was able to pass him, but obviously the pitting by Divan was a inspired call. And then, I don't know if you captured the finish, but like, we basically collided over the line.
Yes.
I literally was like, I need a lie down, honestly.
Yeah, I saw you two go across the line side by side. I was waiting for the side-by-side finish, and then you suddenly flew off the screen. And I was like, oh my goodness. But yeah, you managed to keep that second place, so well done. Just about. It's looking like on the timing screen, you had it by about 600ths, I think. So very well done. Very well done to you, mate. And then Rundle, I wanted to bring you in. You did well there. Had a little bit of battling with Todd and Jack, but then I believe you hit the wall and got a little bit of damage and fell off a little bit. But you were saying in chat, were you the one on the first corner that went upside down? Was that you?
I was. I don't know how many flips I did, but felt like a lot.
Oh my goodness.
I landed, and then cut through the field, and had a great battle with Todd and Jack at the end. Yeah, fourth place, I aquaplaned and hit the wall, so...
Yeah, that's frustrating for you. What exactly happened at the start then? How did you become upside down?
I think it was Kareem, just pincered me.
Ah.
And, you know how the physics are in this game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was fun.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you, boys. Thank you for jumping in the party, Arthur. After. So, yeah, well done. Well done, racing boys. And I'll see you next week. So, cheers, lads. So, there we are. Let me flick it back to... I think someone was asking me something in there, but I just turned it off. So, apologies to the boys there. But you can ask me in the chat. You can ask me in the chat after. I'll get back the camera on quickly. There we are. And we can jump on now. So, yeah, that's your finishing order. There we are. That's my beautiful face. There we are. Thank you all for watching the 5th round of the MotoMeerkat World Series at Silverstone. Some very interesting weather and proved to be some good action between the top 2, 3, 4, but otherwise very sporadic between the boys and a lot of people leaving, a lot of people crashing, and a lot of incidents. So yeah, an interesting one. We'll have the highlights up sort of Wednesday, Thursday next week, hopefully, courtesy of JWF1. And yeah, join me next Saturday for the 6th round, and that is going to be at... Drumroll, please. It's at Laguna Seca. So, let's be honest, it's in America, so it's probably going to be dry for that. So, hopefully a lot of the boys are going to be more happy with that for next week. But yeah, that's going to be a great race. Be sure to join me again at midday next Saturday for the 6th round of the MotoMeerkat World Series. And again, 2 more videos out next week. I should have video out on 7 p.m. on Tuesday, 7 p.m. on Friday, and I think I'm either going to do a live stream today or tomorrow talking about the new tracks added to the calendar. That's going to be over on my Instagram at MotoMeerkat, so make sure you go and drop me a follow there. But yeah, apart from that, I think that's all from me today, boys. Thank you all so much for watching another stream from the MotoMeerkat YouTube channel. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. Drop a little like on the stream if you did enjoy, and I'll see all of you Meerkats later. Goodbye, guys.